Alright, little Tweety.
That's awesome.
Nope.
Ah, they're not hungry
Yeah.
today. Interesting.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to Spider Cafe, place for creepy crawly talk and macro photography. Today we're gonna be talking about giant jumping spiders, Hyllus giganteus, and we have a couple. We have a female and a male, and they just might be our favorite jumping spiders. So let's get to it. So these jumping spiders are originally from Indonesia, and their location is anywhere from Sumatra to Australia. And they are seriously cute. When we were unpacking them, I couldn't even believe my eyes. And these are the kind of spiders that a lot of people would say that they are afraid of spiders, but when they see them, they kind of lose that arachnophobia. And they warm up to spiders because the females have beautiful eyelashes, and the male we call ours Robocop because he looks so mechanical, but at the same time a lot of people were calling him Darth Vader, and I think that's even more fitting than Robocop, but you know, he's already Robocop, maybe next time. Another thing that we immediately noticed when we were unpacking them is how friendly they are. These spiders just like to hang out. They are, besides other jumping spiders, the only spiders that we take out on pretty regular basis. Every other weekend we let them jump around and jump from one hand to another and just, you know, enjoy being out. They love their enclosures, so we usually, what we do, we just open them up and we give them some time, like 10-15 minutes to warm up and come out, and they usually do it on their own. We don't have to make them come out, and then the show starts. They like I said again, they love jumping around from hand to hand, and you guys are gonna see that on our footage. And when it comes to care for these spiders, it's pretty simple. They do come from humid areas, so I mist their enclosure, one side of the wall of the enclosure, about once a day, and away from the spiders because they have open lungs on their bellies and the water can get in there. So, you know, just to be on the safe side, I like to spray away from the spiders. And to be honest, I actually haven't seen them shrinking yet. Maybe when I first got them, but I'm not really sure. I'll have to go through the footage. The male I kinda feed more often because he's very picky, and also he has big fangs, but they are not as strong as they seem. We gave him a dubia roach and he actually wasn't able to grab it. He flipped it over to the softer side, which, you know, spiders often do, and he still wasn't able to grab it, so he just let it go. So since then I feed him crickets. I only gave him one cricket, pre-killed cricket basically. I just put it in there and like let it hang in his web, and eventually he grabbed it. And sorry, I'm like looking away because I also have another spider here that has an open lid. I have Xanastis species blue that I'm trying to photograph, and I already got some pictures, but I'm still keeping it open. Back to the feeding. The male spider, like I said, is a little bit more picky, but the crickets work, the dubias didn't. So I usually, the most common prey that I give him is flies, just regular house flies or blue ballast flies, and he can handle those, but even those, he's not, like I said, he doesn't like to eat that often. So I basically feed him almost every other day. I would throw something in there, and you know, sometimes it just, the prey stays there for days and, you know, he doesn't pay any attention to it. What we fed him also once, and what was kind of interesting to watch, was caterpillars. I got my hands on some hornworm caterpillars from local pet store. Shoutouts to Ellen's pet store in Los Angeles. They do have good feeders. They get, their regular feeders are crickets and mealworms, but their crickets actually last, unlike when you get it from some pet store chains. You know, you bring those crickets home and 2 days later everybody's dead. These crickets actually lasted me, like large crickets lasted me for like 2 weeks. I was really shocked. And they also have dubias and they also have caterpillars. But back to, so we fed him that. So back to the spiders. The female, she is not as picky and she seems to be much stronger, so she can actually even grab dubia roach, but usually again we feed her flies. So that's about the care. It's really simple. They bring us a lot of joy. So one more thing that you may notice, guys, about these spiders is how different they are, the female from male. And this difference is actually called sexual dimorphism. And I'm gonna tell you a little bit about it, what I found out online, so I'm just gonna read it up. So sexual dimorphism is a condition where the two sexes of the same species exhibit different characteristics beyond the differences in their sexual organs. The condition occurs in many animals and some plants. Differences may include Secondary sex characteristics, size, weight, color, markings, and may also include behavior and cognitive differences. These differences may be subtle or exaggerated and may be subjected to sexual selection and natural selection. The opposite of dimorphism is monomorphism. So obviously here it's couldn't be any more obvious. Spider's still there. It couldn't be more obvious. The male is black, shiny. The female is nice and fluffy with light colors and some stripes. So this is a really good example of sexual dimorphism, and you see it in spiders often. And one other example that was really striking for us was when we were in Costa Rica. We saw what's called banana spiders. I'm gonna put scientific name down here because I don't remember. And the females are huge. They might be like this size, probably like 4 or 5 inches. And I was taking a picture of the female, and then I saw this little tiny spider just like sliding down, and it was a male, and he would basically attach himself to her abdomen and just stay on her abdomen, and eventually he would probably mate with her, but we didn't get to see it, but he was there for at least 20 minutes. And from what I hear, they even scavenge the female's food. So that's kind of interesting. And that male was tiny compared to the female. We'll put not as good of a picture, but we'll put a picture here. Let's move on. Another thing that I want to talk about is a little bit of behind the mechanism of how jumping spiders jump. They do have muscles, but they actually don't use muscles. They just have muscles that connect basically like where we have joints. And they don't use their muscles to jump. What they do, they use their blood, like what we have like blood. They have it's called something different, but basically for simplicity, let's call it a blood. And they able to squeeze it out of their body into their legs, which in exchange extends the legs and makes them jump. So that's kind of neat and interesting fact. And just so you know, they're not completely reckless when they jump. The way they secure themselves is they secure a silk to the place where the jump origins, so when they jump they can always pull themselves back up. So when they jump after like a flying prey, which you can often see, they always have a secure line so they fall down. I also often see jumping spiders hunting other spiders or other prey from above, and that's what they do. They use the silk and they jump them down and they can pull themselves back up. So that is kind of interesting about jumping spiders. And one last thing I want to talk about. So I got these jumping spiders from, I believe it's a lady, Jen Log on Facebook. I just apologize because I don't know the name, but I talked about it in a previous video. So go ahead and watch that if you want to know a little bit more about it. And she told me that these are subadults, so they should get one size bigger. But what I can already see is that the male is actually already attracted to her, and it's kind of funny because when we would let him out, if we would put her enclosure right next to it, and of course she would be still in closed enclosure when we open him up, and he would come out and he would jump on her enclosure and just kind of like try to follow her. And I haven't seen him do any of jumping spiders actually have a dance that they do, a little mating dance that they do, and I haven't seen him do the mating dance yet, but eventually we probably will. They raise their legs and they just probably don't want to show you how they do it, but trust me, look up the mating dance. Maybe we even put some footage there for you because I think we have some. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video about Hyllus giganteus, giant jumping spiders. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe button, and notifications button. It means a lot to us. We're just starting this channel, so every view is appreciated. And if you like my photography, feel free to follow me on Instagram at insect_paparazzi. And we have a Facebook page called Spider Cafe as well. So, hope you guys liked it, and hope to see you soon. Ciao! And maybe you guys noticed that today, no spiders in the background, just bring your tarantula to work day. Here's my Xenester species blue. And like I mentioned in the video, I'm trying to get some photographs. So I'm basically just taking a break at work. I'm working on a cool video game, and it is definitely something I'm enjoying. My job is also my passion. Not sure why I'm adding this, but have a good day.